Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Gauranitai Shri Shri Gauranitai श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा वेलकम to our morning Srimad Bhagavatam class, which is part of our Bhakti Vaibhav course. So it will be little different than usual regular Bhagavatam style. We are supposed to cover syllabus of several shlokas, two chapters in this morning Bhagavatam, then again 11:30 to 1:30. Tomorrow morning Bhagavatam, again tomorrow 11:30 to 1:30. How many are students here of Bhakti Vaibhav? 5. Okay, others are also. As long as you're attending the class, you're also student. Okay, so we are going to discuss the 13th and 14th chapters of 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Just a recap. what happened when Brihaspati came to the court of Indra in the heavenly planet. Being surrounded by all the demigods, Indra was puffed up of his high position, and when pride comes, humility is lost. Pranipad Pariprishna Seva doesn't happen. He did not respect his spiritual master. Knowing well that Indra is infested with pride, Brihaspati at once left the court. Then Indra realized his mistake. He went searching for Brihaspati, but he hid himself. And as a result of that, the demigods lost their kingdom in their fight with the demons. So then, in order to have power, they performed a sacrifice. Vishwarup performed it, in which Indra got Narayan Kavach. But when he was offering oblations, his mother's side was from demons, father's was from demigod side. Secretly, he was offering some oblations for demons also. When Indra came to know, he became very angry because his sense gratification would be hampered. He wants to win over the demons, and here is his own man, priest, who is doing all this. So then he cut off the three heads of Vishwarup. When his father came to know, Twashta, that Indra did like that, then he performed a sacrifice for having a demon born from that sacrifice who will be able to kill Indra Shatru. But then somehow by little mistake he said Indra Shatroho. It became little prolonged and the meaning changed. The meaning became let a demon be born who will be killed by Indra. And as a result of that, Rutrasur was born. That's the ninth chapter. Vrutra means covering. Hmm? Avrutta. He covered the whole sky only. Very huge demon. This photo is there. Devotees have drawn very nicely. Hmm. Left side. You can see huge demon. The fire sacrifice, this sacrificial fire, that Yajna Kund is here below. Very small. Huge fire, and from that came a huge dark complexion. This demon. And then there was a battle, demigods and demons battle, in which Putrasur defeated the demigods. Also, Indra was also without carrier. He fell down from Hyderabad, and many things happened. But ultimately, Indra could kill Vrutrasur. At one point of time, Vrutrasur had engulfed Indra, who went inside the belly of Vrutrasur. But because Indra was protected by Narayan Kavach, shield, which Vishwarup had provided him, so he did not die inside the belly of Vrutrasur. Rather, he tore off his belly and came out. Then he killed Vrutrasur by cutting his head, chopping his head with his thunderbolt, which was formed by the bones of Dadichi sage, Dadichi Muni. But it took around 360 days, one full year, for him to cut the neck of Rutrasur. But Rutrasur had left his body much before only. There are glorious prayers of Rutrasur, very famous in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that all is over. Now, as Rutrasur was a great devotee, he is a Brahmin, so he born from Twashta. So Indra was afflicted by sinful reaction. That is the 13th chapter that we'll be discussing. And next chapter is his background. So we'll begin with the 13th chapter, which is part of our Bhakti Vaibhav course. Chapter 13th of Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, King Indra afflicted by sinful reaction. Text 1. Please repeat. Shri Shuka Uvacha Rutre Hate Trayo Loka Vinashakrena Bhurida Sapala hi Abhavan Sadhyo Vijvara Nivrittendriyaha. Shri Shukdev Goswami said, O King Parikshit, who are so charitably disposed. When Vritrasur was killed, all the presiding deities and everyone else in the three planetary systems was immediately pleased and free from trouble. Everyone, that is, except Indra. Hmm. They had told him that you don't worry. They will tell also now. So everybody was happy when the demon is killed. Demigods are happy, but here there is some extra detail to it. Demon is not just a demon. He is a great devotee, pure devotee of the Lord. That's why Indra is not happy. Everyone is happy, but not Indra. We'll refer to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, and as per the thing, section wise also. The first three slokas talk about Parikshit's inquiry about Indra's unhappiness. Sukadeva Goswami said, and then Parikshit will inquire. Why is Indra unhappy? Now, in one sense, those of us who don't know who this Vritrasur is, they also will be surprised. How demon is killed, Indra should be happy, and his own arch enemy. How come he is not happy? What's the problem? So Indra knows something else, which we may not know. We know as such. Mm, In the what they call summary of the chapter, Prabhupada says, even if a great personality acquires some opulence, he is always ashamed and regretful if he acquires it illegally. Illegally, they will not go for illegal means, but sometimes the situation may be such one may. The lust is like that only. As Arjuna asks in third chapter, Atakkena prayuktoyam papam charati purushah anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitah. By what is one impelled to commit sinful activity, even though unwillingly? What is that force? And Krishna in the next shloka says, Kamesha krodhayesha rajoguna samudbhavah mahashano mahapapma viddhenam iha vairinam. It is lust only, O Arjun, which is born of the mode of passion, which later transforms into wrath, which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of all the living entities. So sometimes even great personalities who are more or less always in the mode of goodness might get attacked by the mode of passion, lust. And for their purpose, desire, fulfilling their desire, they may acquire, they may go for some illegal means. Some sin may happen. That is how the material world is. Especially for those who have not transcended the modes, they are susceptible. In the higher mode, there are seeds of lower mode. So even in goodness, there are seeds of passion, and in passion, there are seeds of ignorance. Demigods are famous for being in the mode of goodness. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastha, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jaganya vrittistha, adho gachanti damasa. Those who are situated in the mode of goodness, they get elevated to heavenly planets. Where demigods are more or less always in the mode of goodness, but sometimes they may also be afflicted by passion. So Indra is thereby not happy. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in commentary writes, the 13th chapter describes how Indra, fearing the reaction from killing a Brahman, lived in the stem of a lotus at Manas Sarovar and later attained relief by performing a horse sacrifice. Summary is given generally in the first verse commentary by Chakravarti Pad. Second one. Devarshi Pitrubhutani दैत्या देवानुगः स्वयं प्रतिजग्मुः स्वधिष्ण्यानि ब्रह्मेशेन्द्रादयस्ततः. Thereafter, the demigods, the great saintly persons, the inhabitants of Pitrulok and Bhutalok, the demons, the followers of the followers of demigods, and also Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the demigods subordinate to Indra, all returned to their respective homes. While departing, however, no one spoke to Indra. Purport. Vishwanath Thakur writes in the commentaries, Prabhupada is quoting here one verse. that commentary is writing in Sanskrit. Then Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and other demigods returned to their respective abodes, but Indra did not, for he was disturbed at having killed Vritrasur, who was actually a Brahman. After killing Vritrasur, Indra went to the Manas Sarovar lake to become free from sinful reactions. When he left the lake, he performed an Ashwamedh Yagya and then returned to his own abode. It took long time for Indra to return to his abode, Swargalok, Amravati. In Chakravarti Bhat's comments, he says, though the verse says that Indra returned home, he actually went to Manas Sarovar, then performed a horse sacrifice, and finally returned home. And that's why the word Tataha comes. Brahmeshendra Dayas Tataha. Brahma, Isha, Indra, Adayas Tataha. Tataha means thereafter, after all of them, because he went through so many other places. That Manas Sarovar. Third one. Indrasya निवृत्तेर्हेतुं श्रोतुमिच्छामि भो मुने येन सन् सुखिनो देवा हरेर्दुःखं कुतो अभवत्. Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Shukdev Goswami, O great sage, what was the reason for Indra's unhappiness? I wish to hear about this. When he killed Vritrasur, all the demigods were extremely happy. Why then was Indra himself unhappy? He is going to get kingdom. He should be happy only. So that is his inquiry. In the purport Prabhupada quotes from Padma Puran, Shatkarma Nipuno Vipro Mantra Tantra Visharadaha Avaishnavo Gururnasya Vaishnavaha Swapacho Guruhu. Even if a Brahman has Shatkarma Nipuno, he is expert in his functions, Yajan, Yajan, Patan, Patan, Dan, Pratigra, etc. He may be knowing all the mantras, tantras, expert. But he is not he is not a Vaishnav. A Vaishnavo, Guru Nasat. He is not fit to be a Guru then. On the contrary, Vaishnava Swapacho Guru. One who is a Vaishnava, even if he is born in a Chandala family, family of dog eaters, he is fit to be a Vaishnava. As in the discussion with Ramananda Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra ke nenoi, Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta, Sei Guru Hai. Whether one is born in a Brahmin family, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, whether he is a sannyasi, that means one from Varanashram, topmost is Brahmin. So whether born in Brahmin family or from ashram, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi, sannyasi is the topmost. Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, whether one is a Brahman or a sannyasi, Shudra can anyway, he can be lowest also, Shudra, no problem. Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta, if one knows the science of Krishna, say Guru Hai, he can be a Guru. So Guru is not based on body, like Prabhupada in NY speaks very elaborately. How in India my disciples who are fit to be gurus, they are preachers, they are not acceptable just because they are born in Western countries. Because Indians think that in Indians also the Jati Gosais, we are born in Goswami families. So we are fit to be gurus. And these foreigners, how they are mlechas, yavanas, how can they be? They are unfit, no question. But these devotees are practicing so sincerely, and the scriptures say, and that's what was the point. The discussion of arguments were going on in Mednipur district also during Bhakti Thakur's time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's time, and there was ultimately so much disturbance between Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Whether Brahmanas are superior to Vaishnavas or Vaishnavas are superior to Brahmanas. So much, so many arguments. Ultimately, they arranged a debate. Let's debate. Brahmanas will debate for how Brahmanas are superior, and Vaishnavas have to debate for proving how Vaishnavas are superior. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur was supposed to go. He was very old, not in a position, sick. Then he asked Bhakti Thakur to go. He volunteered. Then he went, and in 3 days, he defeated all the Brahmanas. First, for 1 or 2 days, he described only how Brahmanas are so great, so dear to Krishna. Namo Brahmanya Devaya. Go Brahmanya Hitacha. Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. How the Brahmanas are very dear to Krishna, like cows, etc. But then afterwards he said, who is a Brahman? Then they understood. Brahman is very high. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana, one who has realized I am not body, I am spirit soul. And here were all the Brahmanas who were fighting on bodily platform. Because we are born in Brahmin families, so we are far superior. And then ultimately he proved how Vaishnavas are far superior to Brahmanas. So many hundreds of slokas are there. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was well versed in all. He defeated them all. And there was such uproar in the crowd. He wanted to take his dust. And then ultimately police had to arrange his lotus feet to be immersed in the bucket, water in a bucket, and then it was sprinkled on everyone's head. People were satisfied. And anyway, it was unanimously proved that Vaishnavas are far superior to Brahmanas. So here, a Vaishnava is already a Brahman, although a Brahman may not be a Vaishnava. It's like in a 500 rupees note, we already have 10 rupees notes. We have 20 rupees, we have 50 rupees, 100 rupees. But in 10 rupees note, we don't have 500 rupees. That is very small amount. So likewise, a Brahman is not a Vaishnava necessarily, but a Vaishnava is already a Brahman. He is far superior to a Brahman. In commentary, our Chakravarti only talks about Hare means Indra. Several words are there in like Shiva, Brahma, mm, Indra's names and all. These are all originally names of Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu awarded this name. Okay, chalo, you will be Brahma. Okay, you are Shiva. Hmm, like that. So this is explained in the scriptures. And Acharya Baldev Vidyabhushan also Acharya gives analogy. Just like a king in his kingdom, the entire kingdom belongs to him alone. Everything belongs to him. But because ministers and all are of great help, he gives them some palace. Okay, this palace for you, this minister. Okay, for this minister, this palace. He gives. It is his own palace, but he gives. Okay, because you are assisting me. Likewise, originally all these names belong to Lord Vishnu alone. All Brahma, Shiva, and all demigods' names. But he awards. Okay, chalo, Brahma. Like that kingdom, part of the kingdom gifted to ministers, like that. This means that an expert Brahman may not be a Vaishnava, but a Vaishnava is already a Brahman. A millionaire may very easily possess hundreds and thousands of dollars, but a person with hundreds and thousands of dollars is not necessarily a millionaire. It's like any rich man, will have uh, multi-billionaires and all. They have 10 lakh rupees or 50 lakhs rupees. So some lakpati also may have 50 lakhs rupees, but he is no comparison with that trillionaire or billionaire because he has much more. Both have that, but this person has much more than that also, whereas a millionaire has only few millions. Then fourth one, Shri Shuka Vacha Vrutra Vikrama Samvignaha Sarve Devaha Sahurshibhi Tadavadhayartha Naichad Bhito Brahadvadhat. This 4 to 9 is Indra's previous talks with the sages. Section 4 to 9. Indra's previous talks with the sages. Shri Shukdev Goswami answered, when all the great sages and demigods were disturbed by the extraordinary power of Rutrasur, they had assembled to ask Indra to kill him. This is in the background. What had happened before Rutrasur's death? So all these sages and demigods were disturbed by extraordinary power of Rutrasur. They had assembled to ask Indra to kill him. Indra, however, being afraid of killing a Brahman, declined their request. There is background to it because he had already killed one Brahman. Who? Vishwaru. And there he got reaction also. 1 year he suffered. Ultimately, four groups of personalities came forward and he could divide that sinful reaction to them. He blessed them also with some facilities. But then he had already got a nice punishment. So he did not want to repeat the same chapter. But here the sages, demigods, they are all requesting Indra. So he is in dual mind. He was full of anxieties. Vrutra Vikrama Samvignaha. Though he had conquered over Vrutra Vikrama, but Samvignaha, he was full of anxieties. Chakravartipad writes, he was afraid of killing a Brahman, Brihadvadat. Brihadvad. Vad is killing. Brihat, killing some great, like Brihat, what they call Brihat Mridanga. Brihat one is there. Mahavan is also called Brihadvan. Mahavan is very famous. Gokul Mahavan, many times we say. Vasudeva took Krishna from the prison cell of Kamsa in Mathura, crossing Yamuna. He went to Gokul Mahavan and exchanged the children. But then another name for Mahavan is Brihadvan also. It's very huge. So among the people, persons killing of persons is called a killing in general. But Brihadvad means killing of a Brahmin. This is a big sin of the different sins that are mentioned in the scriptures. Killing of a Brahmin, killing of a cow, killing of a child, they are considered very bad. Certainly, there are remedies when we go around Tulsi Maharani in Pradakshina. Yani kani cha papani brahma hatyadikani cha tani tani prana shanti pradakshina pade pade. When one goes around Tulsi plant, four times around, so then whatever sins one might have committed, he gets rid of them, even up to the extent of brahma hatyadikani. One might have killed Brahmin in some life, that all sin will be removed. He was fearful of Bhito Brahadvadat, fearful of this great sin of killing a Brahmin. Fifth one. Indra Vacha Stri Bhudrama Jalerina Vishwarupa Vadhodbhavam Vibhaktamanu Grundhadbhir Rutrahatyam Kwamarjaham. King Indra replied, when I killed Vishwarup, I received extensive sinful reactions, but I was favored by the women, land, trees, and water, and therefore I was able to divide the scene among them. But now, if I kill Rutrasur, another Brahman, how shall I free myself from the sinful reactions? Now, beforehand only, दूध से जला छाछ फूक फूक कर पीता है. One who is burned by hot milk while about to drink it, while drinking it. And next time onwards, is very careful while drinking buttermilk. He blows it because it may be very hot. So better little bit cool down and then I will drink. But buttermilk by nature only is always cool, never hot. But because both are white, milk is also white and buttermilk is also white. He feels both are liquids also. So he feels maybe this is milk only. Mm. So one is very fearful. So he's very fearful. At that time earlier, these four personalities accepted my sins. Now what? Again, it will be a trouble. So he's saying that this sin, marjami, means shall become free from. How will I become free from this? Cheto darpana marjanam. The chitta will be purified. The mirror of the heart will be cleansed, purified, will be freed from the dust of contamination. So marjami. Sixth one. Shri Shuka Uvacha Rishayastad Upakarnya Mahendram Idam Abruvan Yaja Ishyama Bhadram Te Hayamedhena Masma Bhaihi. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, hearing this, the great sages replied to King Indra, O King of heaven, all good fortune unto you. Do not fear. We shall perform an Ashwamedh sacrifice to release you from any sin you may accrue by killing the Brahman. How dangerous. Hmm? They're telling, don't worry, go ahead and we will relieve you from the consequences. Don't worry. Yajasham is the word. We shall perform a great sacrifice. Masma bhaihi. Do not be afraid. When Krishna says Ma Shuchaha, that is different. because originally we are all children of Krishna, and our nature is to be always serving the Lord. But we forgetting Him, leaving Him in spiritual world, come to this material world, and have assumed so many roles and responsibilities. I am student, I am working person, I am male, female, I am Indian, so I should do this for India. I am father for this person, mother for this person, and brother for this person. So many dharmas we have accepted, occupations, duties. So Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya. Give up all varieties of occupation. Mamekam sharanam. Just surrender unto me. Then all sin will incur. When we give up our duties, worldly duties, then sin happens. Like somebody has given birth to child, mother and father, and they don't take care of that infant, that child, then sin happens like that. That same child, when he grows up, he does not take care of parents. So he becomes infested with the sinful reaction. So many responsibilities are there. How can one give up? If I give up, I will be attacked by sinful reaction. Krishna says, no, aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I will relieve you from all sinful reactions. Mahashucha, do not fear. So that is perfect. That is just because one has forgotten. Just like amnesia disease, somebody hits his head by some accident very on the hard surface, then he loses his memory and he can't remember that this is father, this is mother, etc. So the doctor says take him through all the situations, the objects which have been he has been had been using, and then when he's shown all this slowly, he gets back his memory. So Krishna is telling, just surrender unto me now. But one may be fearful. That is different than what these brahmanas sages are suggesting. That you don't worry, you go ahead, kill this Rutrasur, even if he is Brahmin, and whatever sin accrues, we will perform Ashwamedh Yajna or sacrifice, and by that you will be relieved of any sin that might have accrued by that. They are inducing him to perform sinful activity. And association matters. He is impelled by that wrong association. Seventh one. Hayamedhena purusham paramatmanamishwaram इष्ट्वा नारायणं देवं मोक्षसे अपि जगद्वधात्. The rishis continued, O King Indra, by performing an Ashwamedh sacrifice and thereby pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Super Soul, Lord Narayan, the Supreme Controller, one can be relieved even of the sinful reactions for killing the entire world, not to speak of killing a demon like Rudrasura. If needed, you could have killed thousands and millions and all population of the world. But here, that is not required. Only one enemy we all have, this demon Rudrasura. Just kill him. Don't worry. This power of Ashwamedh Yajna is far superior than just getting rid of one Brahman's death and killing of all that. So what Krishna had used there, they are misusing them. That's a proper application. This is misuse of that. So knowledge is dangerous sometimes. This kind of knowledge. This is not proper knowledge. They don't know the glories of Vaishnavas. So they are inducing because they are selfish. Then when one is selfish, one will incur some sin. That is inevitable. Only a selfless person is free from any kind of sinful activity. That's why Arjuna was in dual mind. It seems I am becoming selfish. For my selfish purposes, occupying the throne, I'm going to kill all my relatives. No, I don't want to. So Krishna made it clear to him. No, this is not selfishness. It's my purpose. They are adharmic, and you are dharmic people and all that. Krishna spoke entire Bhagavatam. Then he understood how killing all these people is the greatest act of selflessness, not selfishness. So then he understood. Karishya Vachanam to. He was ready to do anything that Lord desired. Then 8th and 9th. Brahma pitruha godhno Brahma pitruha gogno मातृहाचार्यः घवान् शादः पुल्कसको वापि शुद्धिरेन यस्य कीर्तना ततश्वमेधेन महामखेन श्रद्धान्वितोऽस्माभिरनुष्ठितेन हत्वापि स ब्रह्मचराचरं त्वम् न लिप्यसे किं खलनिग्रहेण. One who has killed a Brahman, one who has killed a cow, or one who has killed his father, mother, or spiritual master can be immediately freed from all sinful reactions simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Narayan. This is all true, but only is being misapplied here. Other sinful persons such as dog eaters and chandalas who are less than Shudras can also be freed in this way. But you are a devotee and we shall help you by performing the great horse sacrifice. If you please Lord Narayan in that way, why should you be afraid? You will be freed even if you kill the entire universe, including the Brahmins, not to speak of killing a disturbing demon like Vritrasura. Vedas are such that they can be twisted in any way and can be misused for one's own selfish purposes. That's how the Brahmanas around whatever 3000 years back they misuse the Vedic knowledge by saying the animal sacrifice is very much recommended. So perform animal sacrifice. Will perform. And when animal is killed, they don't did not have the power to revive the animal. In old animal sacrifice, would come back in young animal body or sometimes human body. The animal would die only because these brahmanas were Kali Yuga brahmanas. They did not have power in the mantras. And then after the animal is dead, then they are using it for eating cow flesh, that flesh and all that. That's how the brahmanas were satisfying their ulterior motive, selfish desire to eat flesh of the animals. So then Lord had to appear. Yada yada dharmasya. Lord Buddha appeared. Sadaya, Rudhaya. He had daya in his heart for all these animals who were being sacrificed mercilessly. And then he said, hell with all this. This is all wrong. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Just surrender unto me. This ahimsa paramo dharma. Himsa happening. Is all, and this is all given in the Vedas. Vedas are bogus. Give up Vedas and just surrender to him. So that was required from violent stage of people to non-violent stage. Then afterwards, from there to acceptance of Vedas and all that. Khala nigrahena, they are using the word by killing one disturbing demon. He is Khala. Khalanayak, Nayak Khalnayak, hero and villain. So he is Khala. So he has to be killed. And there will not be any sin. And if at all, then we'll perform Ashwamedh Yagga. Like that, all philosophy they are using. Prabhupada is quoting from Brahad Vishnu Puran. Namno hi yavati shakti papa nirharne hare tavat kartum na shaknoti patakam pataki naraha. There is no power, there is no amount of sin which cannot be eradicated by chanting one holy name. Mm. One cannot even dream of so many sins which one holy name can eradicate. That is all true. And Prema Vivarta says, Eka Krishna name papi riyata papakshay bahujan me sei papi karite naroy. Same Vedic verses only, our acharyas in Bangla language, they have given in the form of um, poems or some kind of what they call some kind of shlokas, but Bengali shlokas. So in Manaswamita, the following uh, he says, these verses name the performers of various sinful deeds. In the Manu Samhita, the following names are given. A son begotten by a Brahman and born from the womb of Shudra mother is called Parashava or Nishada, a hunter accustomed to stealing. A son begotten by a Nishada in the womb of a Shudra woman is called Pukkasha. Hmm. So these all Kirata Onandra Pulinda Pulkasha. So that is all being explained. Just like Abhira Nagari, we say. Brajavasi is there from Abhir. So Abhir is a particular, just like we have Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is like mainstream. But then combination of Brahman man marrying a Shudra woman and their child. So then Ambashta. Abhira, all different categories of uh, human beings are born. So that is being explained here. A child begotten by a Kshatriya in the womb of a daughter of a Shudra is called an Ugra. A child begotten by a Shudra in the womb of the daughter of a Kshatriya is called Kshatta. A child begotten by a Kshatriya in the womb of a lower class woman is called a Shwada or dog eater. All such offspring are considered extremely sinful, but the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so strong that all of them can be purified simply by chanting the Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada has quoted 2418 Bhagavatam. किराट हुणांद्र पुलिंद पुलकश आभीर शुंभा यवनाकशादय यान्ने च पापाय दताश्रयाश्रय शुद्धन्ति तस्मै प्रभ विष्णवे नमः. No matter how low born people are, and in that verse purport Prabhupada says where are these people? Mongolians, Chinese, Japanese, Russians, Dutch, French, Italian, all these, they are worldwide spread. They are there. Andhras are also there. Not Andhra Pradesh, it's a specific area of Telangana. So all that. So many people commit all varieties of sins. Mongolians, and their characteristics are also explained. They don't have mustache, but they have beard, something like that. All the details are given. So all of them can also be purified. Our, after hearing all Kapil Shiksha, Mother Devoti also says, अहो बत श्वपचोतो गरियान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुः शश्नुरार्य ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते. I think 33rd chapter, verse number 6, 7 somewhere, or 8. So there she's saying that how glorious are those people, how Ahobata Shwapacho, even if born in Shwapacha, low born dog eaters family, Gariyan, still they are praiseworthy. Ahobata Shwapacho Ato Gariyan, Yet Jivagre Vartate Namat Tubhyam. At the tip of their tongue, there is always the holy name. So much they are lovers of holy name. They are in love with holy name. Tip of the tongue is always holy name is there on their tongue. Always they are chanting. And they have performed all the ritualistic activities. Te tapaste juhuhu shashnurarya. They have gone to all the holy places, taken deep in Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Godavari, Kaveri, Narmada, and all the oceans. Everything is over. They have read all the scriptures. Then they have performed all the yagyas, dan, tapa, everything is done. Nothing they need to do. No need at all. There is no need. So if we have that conviction, otherwise devotees also keep wandering so many holy places. Take dip here, take dip there. I will do Narmada Parikrama. One sannyasi, disciple of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, after he took sannyas, then he was bent upon going for Narmada Parikrama. It's famous in India, MP, some few thousand kilometers. So all the devotees, his president, they said, no, no, please don't go. But Guru Maharaj didn't. But he still went, he completed, and he was very happy. Must have taken some months. Then he came back and Bhaktivinoda Thakur came to know, he told him, return your sannyas danda. You cannot be a sannyasi. So his sannyas was removed. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Out. So you can imagine. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, sannyasi disciple. His sannyas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no. Give back the danda, remove the clothes, saffron clothes. You cannot be a sannyasi. Just be humble Vaishnava. So one should not get into all these things. Our Narottam Das Thakur Mahashaya also says, Tirthayatra Parishrama Kevala Manera Brahma. All this going to Tirtha Yatras, this Ayodhya, let us go to Prayag, let us go to here and there. In India, after every 100 kilometer, one holy place is always there. Here Lord Nrsimhadev appeared, here Lord Nrsimhadev washed his hand, here Varahadev, and then there Matsya Avatar, and here Kurma Avatar, and here this. Always there. Or here Lord Ram shot. In Bombay, if you go, such a metropolitan, cosmopolitan city, if you go on the top, Malabar Hill is a very famous place on the sea beach, little bit off track. All the film heroes, heroines, they stay over there. And in Malabar Hill only, just there only, just little bit there. Alkeshwar is there, and there Ban Ganga is there. Lord Ram and Sita, when in Vanvas they went there, Sita Devi felt thirsty. So Lord Ram took his arrow shot in the earth, and there came spring of water, very fresh water. Though on three sides there is ocean surrounding, but middle of it is very fresh, nice water. And Mother Sita drank that water, so that became famous by the name Banaganga. So that is there in the middle. So in India, all these places are there, but one need not go. Tirthayatra Parishrama. It's a hard struggle, hard work. Kevala Manera Brahma. It's just the illusion of the mind, not needed. Just wherever you are, you hear about the Lord. And if Guru is going for yatra and wanting the disciples, you please come, then all can go. Thousands can go, millions can go. No problem. Otherwise, it is not so much recommended. Prabhupada would become very angry. And some devotee he would see in Vrindavan for a long time. What is, why are you here? Prabhupada, for this service. Then after a few days again he's there. Prabhupada, then Prabhupada asks, what is that? Is it not over? No, over Prabhupada, but I thought it's Vrindavan. No, go back to your place and render services there. Same thing is only Gopalkrishna Goswami Maharaj also. He would ask his disciple, why are you here? Go back to your place and render services. Wherever we are, when we are rendering services, we are in Sri Vrindavan. Then 10th one. 10 to 15 section is personified sinful reaction chases Indra. Yeah. That I don't know. Here the commentary doesn't say all that. But generally, what they call Shwapaka. Paka means cooking. They cook a dog. They catch a dog, kill a dog, and then cook it. That is Shwapaka. But Shwapacha means after eating the dog, then you digest it. Shwapacha. So, but anyway, dog killing is there and all that. So there are all varieties of people. So we don't know categorically, but there are people who eat dog anyway. Krishna also speaks, no? Pandita Samanya. Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shwapake cha. Hmm? So, anyway, for us, it doesn't matter whether the person in front of us is Shwapak, Shwapach, or Shatta, or whichever. Kirat, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha. We have to tell the same thing. You are not body, you are spirit, soul. And take shelter of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One should not ask the caste of person also. That is Jiva Himsa in one sense. Jiva Aparadha. One should not put them down. Jiva Daya means accepting all the living entities, irrespective of their background, their fallen natures. Ours is very compassionate mission. Everybody is accepted. 10 to 15 is personified sinful reaction chases Indra. 10th one. Shri Shuka Vacha Evam Sanchodito Viprair Evam Sanchodito Viprair Marutvan Ahanadripum Brahmahatya Hate Tasmin Asa Asasada Vriksha Kapim Rusha Kapim. Sri Shukdev Goswami said, encouraged by the words of the sages, Indra killed Vritrasur. And when he was killed, the sinful reaction for killing a Brahman, Brahmahatya, certainly took shelter of Indra. So he got attacked now. In the purport, Prabhupada says that he killed another Brahman purposely. Therefore, the sinful reaction was greater than before. Ahead, he said, the planned execution of sinful deeds on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord or undergoing prayashchitta atonement cannot give relief to anyone, even to Indra or Nahusha. 11th. Tasendraha smasahattapam nivrittirnamuma vishat hrimtam vachyatam praptam सुखयन्त्यपि नो गुणः. Following the advice of the demigods, Indra killed Vritrasur, and he suffered because of this sinful killing. Although the other demigods were happy, he could not derive happiness from the killing of Vritrasur. Indra's other good qualities, such as tolerance and opulence, could not help him in his grief. Nivrittihi is happiness. Amum him, Rimantam, one who is shameful. Vachatam is ill fame. 12:13. तां ददर्शानुधावन्तीं चाण्डालीम् इव रूपिणीं जरया वेपमानाङ्गीं यक्ष्मग्रस्ताम् असुक्पटां विकीर्य पलितान् केशां तिष्ठतिष्ठेति भाषिणीं मीनगन्ध्य सुगन्धेन कुर्वतीं मार्गदूषणम्. Indra saw personified sinful reaction chasing him, appearing like a Chandal woman. That photo also devotees have drawn. Here on the left side, Indra Sahasraksha. He has thousands of eyes all over his body for his earlier wrong deed, and she is chasing after him. Indra saw personified sinful reaction chasing him, appearing like a Chandal woman, a woman of the lowest class. She seemed very old, and all the limbs of her body trembled because she was afflicted with tuberculosis. Her body and garments were covered with blood, breathing an unbearable fishy odor that polluted the entire street. She called to Indra, "Wait, wait." How can he wait? He's sweat. He's perspiring. Because by running, sweat comes, no? He's running like anything. The Vepamana Angim, whose bodily limbs were trembling. Yakshma Grastam, infected with tuberculosis. Palitan, grade. Asu, whose breath. Yakshma is tuberculosis. And the whole street was polluted with that bad smell, fishy odor. 14th. नभोगतो दिशः सर्वः सहस्राक्षो विशाम्पते प्रागुदीचिं दिशं तूर्णं प्रविष्टो नृपमानसम्. O king, Indra first fled to the sky, but there also he saw the woman of personified sin chasing him. This witch followed him wherever he went. At last he very quickly went to the northeast and entered the Manas Sarovar lake. That lake was shown below there. Vishampati is, O king, Prak Udichim, to the northeast. Turnam, very speedily. 15. स आवसत् पुष्करनालतन्तोन् अलब्धभोगो यदिहाग्निदूतः वर्षाणि साहस्रमलक्षितोऽन्तः सञ्चिन्तयन् ब्रह्मवदाद्विमोक्षम्. Always thinking of how he could be relieved from the sinful reaction for killing a Brahman, King Indra, invisible to everyone, lived in the lake for 1000 years in the subtle fibers of the stem of a lotus. The fire god used to bring him his share of all yajnas, but because the fire god was afraid to enter the water, Indra was practically starving. And there is ahuti given, so there is share. So he brought it very faithfully because Indra is the king of all the demigods, and Agni is that sense subordinate demigod. It is duty to maintain the king. So he very faithfully would bring the ahuti, yajna share. But then he is fearful. How can I enter inside the water? Agni and water, they're opposites. Agni will be extinguished. So he's bringing and then he's waiting at the bank of that server. And then after some time, maybe it's rotten. He must be going for food for life. Then next time again he brings fresh prasadam. But again he's fearful. Again there is water. So now he finds again it may rot. Let's go for food for life. For the person who required the food for his life, he was not able to get. 1,000 years passed by. Hmm? This is very garment. Yeah, they are clean. No, demigods are clean by all means. This is different. Yeah, they are very healthy. They are very strong. Very low class. And woman also. Not clothes. It's all clothes. He is king of all the demigods. 10 billion clothes become dirty. He can always have 10 trillion clothes. But such a ugly woman, such bloody thing, old, and he knows, na, I have committed sin. I am at fault. So this thing will not leave me. He doesn't want to get it. Some mistake happened, but now sin happened, but he doesn't want this reaction. Avasat means lived. Agni Dutaha, the fire god messenger. Antaha, within his heart. Alakshito Antaha. Alakshita is invisible. Antaha, within his heart. 16th. 16 to 23 is Indra, last section. Indra relieved of sin and reinstated in his position. तावत्त्रिकाणं नहुषः शशास विद्यातपोयोगबलानुभवः स सम्पदैश्वर्यमदा मदान्धबुद्धिर् नितस्तिरश्चां गतिम् इन्द्रपत्न्या. As long as King Indra lived in the water, wrapped in the stem of the lotus, Nahusha was equipped with the ability to rule the heavenly kingdom due to his knowledge, austerity, and mystic power. Nahusha, however, blinded and maddened by power and opulence, made undesirable proposals to Indra's wife with a desire to enjoy her. Thus, Nahusha was cursed by Brahman and later became a snake. Nahusha was pious being on earth, and when Indra is not there, somebody has to be on the post. So this person, by his piety, was elevated to that post. But as he sat there, he also saw there is another throne nearby, empty. Then he asked for, oh, this is the previous Indra's wife, Shachi, for her. So now because Indra is not there, so she is in her quarter. I, I'm Indra now. Call her. Huh? Tell her she should come. And he wanted to enjoy her also. So then messenger went there, said, current Indra is calling you, means Nahusha is calling you. I said, how can I go? I'm the wife of earlier Indra, that our Purandar. How can I will not go. I'm not. She's chaste. Shachi Devi is chaste. So I will not go. No, he's calling you. He's the king. So then she was in a very deadly predicament. But she's chaste lady. She doesn't want to lose her chastity. So then she took shelter of Brahmanas, sages, Saptarshis. Said, please, sages, please save me. This fellow is calling me. What should I do? They said, no problem. You send message with the messenger that you will not come there, but he can come to her. But only she will allow him to satisfy his desire with her and enjoy her body. Only if he is brought by the Saptarshis in a palanquin. They have to be the carriers. Now Brahmanas cannot be used as Shudra. This is Shudra's work. Only Shudras can be palanquin carrier. And one who will sit in the palanquin, he will be king generally, Kshatriyas. But then he was so blinded by lust, kamandh, lust makes one blind. So as soon as he heard, oh really, that much? That is nothing. Saptarshis, good, they can carry me. He lost his discrimination, knowledge, everything. Though here it is saying, due to his knowledge, austerity, and mystic power, when lust attacks, our knowledge is covered. Avrittam jnanam etena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya duspurena nalena cha. As Krishna says in Bhagavata. Avrittam jnanam etena. Etena means by this lust, knowledge is covered. Jnanino nityavairina. Even one who is in knowledge, his knowledge gets covered. Those who are fools, they are anyway getting carried away. But those who have knowledge, their knowledge also gets covered, because eternal enemy of those who are in knowledge is lust. Jnanino nitya vairina. Kama rupena kaunteya, in the form of calm, lust. Dushpurena anilanicha, very difficult to satisfy. It keeps burning like fire, non-stop fire. So then he told Saptarshis, come on, carry me in the palanquin. And he sat in palanquin, and the Saptarshis were carrying. And they were going, but then purposefully, who was that? Agastya. So Agastya was slow, going slow. And then they were all going slow only, because it all plot only, nonsense. So then he became very angry. He said, Sarpa, Sarpa, go fast, go fast. But still they were going slow. And Agastya in particular was, I think, giving little this also. He was getting shaken up. So he saw, who's that? And then this fellow, he was short also, it seemed, because of that. Other three were of one height, and his shoulder was lower. So it was creating problem for him. In his fit of anger, calm was there earlier, lust. So now it converted into krodha, as Krishna says exactly. Kamesha, krodhesha. It is lust only, O Arjun, which is born of the mode of good passion, which later transforms into wrath. So he became extremely angry. He took his leg out of the palanquin and he kicked Agastya Muni. Thad, like that. Then Agastya Muni, this is what he was waiting for. Said, you are so arrogant as to kick me with your foot, and you're saying, Sarpa, Sarpa, I curse you that you become a snake. And as soon as that curse was pronounced, immediately this Nahusha king in the palanquin, he got converted into Sarpa. And like this, he fell down from the this heavenly planet. Shine Punne Martilokam Vishanti. He fell down in where? Khandavan, some forest, like that, in the form of a snake. And then some years later, Yudhishthir Maharaj Pandavas come there and he asks question. Many things happen. But the point is, uh, he says, what is the point? Mm, Nahusha was basically replacing Indra. Indra is not there. But because he made undesirable proposal of enjoying Indra's wife, Nahusha was cursed by a Brahman and later become a snake. Trinakam, the heavenly planet. Anubhavaha, being equipped. Nitaha means was brought. Tirascham, of a snake. 17. ततो गतो ब्रह्मगिरोपहूत ऋतंभरध्याननिवारति नवारितागः पापस्तु दिग्देवतया हतोजास् तं नाभ्यभूदपितं विष्णुपत्न्या. Indra's sins were diminished by the influence of Rudra, the demigod of all directions. Because Indra was protected by the goddess of fortune, Lord Vishnu's wife, who resides in the lotus clusters of Manasarovar lake, Indra's sins could not affect him. Indra was ultimately relieved of all the reactions of his sinful deeds by strictly worshipping Lord Vishnu. Then he was called back to the heavenly planets by the Brahmins and reinstated in his position. So Lakshmi Devi favored him. She is mother after all. Mm. She is called as Jagan Mata, mother of everybody in the creation. And Indra is also her child only. So she protected him there. His sinful reactions did not hit him there. And then he performed uh, some sacrifice, some worship Lord Vishnu, got rid of his sinful reaction. Then he was called back to his position. Upahutaha means being invited. Rutambhara, on the Supreme Lord who maintains truth. Nivarita, impeded. Dik Devataya, by the demigod Rudra. Hatha Ojaha, with all power, prowess diminished. Na Abhyabhut, could not overcome. Avitam, being protected. 18. Tam cha brahma ऋषयोऽभ्यत्य हयमेधेन भारत यथावद्दीक्षया चक्रुः पुरुषाराधनेनः. O king, when Lord Indra reached the heavenly planets, the saintly Brahmins approached him and properly initiated him into a horse sacrifice, Ashwamedh Yagya, meant to please the Supreme Lord. So now they are there, Abhyatya, approaching. 19 and 20. Athe jamane purushe सर्वदेवमयात्मनि अश्वमेधे महेन्द्रेण वितते ब्रह्मवादिभिः सत्त्वैत्वाष्ट्रवधो भूयान् अपि पापचयो नृप नित्तस्तेनैव शून्याय निहार इव भानुना. The horse sacrifice performed by the saintly Brahmins relieved Indra of the reactions to all his sins because he worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead in that sacrifice. O king, although he had committed a gravely sinful act, it was nullified at once by that sacrifice, just as fog is vanquished by the brilliant sunrise. Vitate, being administered. Bhuyat, maybe. Papachayah, mass of sin. Bhanuna, by the brilliant sun. The sun can vanquish fog, like that all is mass sinful activity, gravely sinful act was all vanquished by that. Sacrifice means for the pleasure of Vishnu. Yagya, Yagya Vaisaha. 21st. Savajimedhena yathotitena Vitayamanena marichi mishrehi Ishtadhiyagyam purusham puranam Indro mahanasa viduta papaha. King Indra was favored by Marichi and the other great sages. They performed the sacrifice just according to the rules and regulations, worshipping the Supreme Person regarded the Super Soul, the original person. Thus Indra regained his exalted position and was again honored by everyone. Uditena means described. Vitayamanena being performed. Asa means became. 22nd and 23rd. Idam mahakhyanamashesha papmanam प्रक्षालनं तीर्थपदानुकीर्तयन् भक्त्युश्रयं भक्तजनानुवर्णनम् महेन्द्रमोक्षं विजयं मरुत्वतः पठेयुराख्यानमिदं सदा बहुधः शृणोत्यतो पर्वणि पर्वणीन्द्रियणम् इन्द्रियम् धन्यं यशस्यं निखिलाघमोचनम् रिपुञ्जयं स्वस्त्येनं तथायुषम्. In this very great narrative, there is glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan. There are statements about the exaltedness of devotional service. There are descriptions of devotees like Indra and Rudrasur, and there are statements about King Indra's release from sinful life and about his victory in fighting the demons. By understanding this incident, one is relieved of all sinful reactions. Haribol. But we should not commit sin. Therefore, the learned are always advised to read this narration. If one does so, one will become expert in the activities of the senses. His offenses will increase and his reputation will become widespread. One will also be relieved of all sinful reactions. He will conquer all his enemies and the duration of his life will increase. Because this narration is auspicious in all respects, learned scholars regularly hear and repeat it on every festival day. Haribol. Uchrayam, Ushrayam, in which there is an increase. Parvani, on the occasion of great festivals. This should be recited. Ripunjayam swastyayanam tatayusham. Shrunvati atho parvanindriyam. Swastyayanam is brings good fortune for all. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th chapter, 13th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled King Indra afflicted by sinful reaction. Any question? My God. Yeah. Land, desert they became. That you don't have to worry. You just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So for millions of lifetimes you might have been women earlier. So all that what you took the reaction of Indra is all relieved now if you chant Hare Krishna. And as tree you might have released lot of sap, so not required. Now you just chant very nicely. Hmm. Face? Hmm. Hmm. Tatyanukampam. Huh? No, that is not possible. You have to be at least in Sattva Guna or beyond that to be able to have that kind of understanding, realization, and pray like that. He already committed such a grievous sin, and he's running away from his sinful reaction. At such stage, he will not be able to come to that highest level. And he has so many times all these material desires and all that. Pruthus horse he was stealing and all 99 times he stole and all that. Um, After 99 yajna, so many times he stole. So directly one cannot jump. For that one has to surrender to Guru and learn from him. Pranipat, Pariprashna and Seva. Upadekshanti te ganam. They can impart knowledge because they have seen the truth. And they give the knowledge, we apply it in life, and then the realization dawns. Then one can pray Tattyanukampam Sushamikshama. Like that, just like that. People in the beginning stage of their devotional service only curse the Lord. What is this? I have been chanting for so many years, and still how come you are still giving me problem? Like that. Those who are somewhat little more pious, they don't say like that in one sense, but then they become less enthusiastic in their bhakti. You can see devotees after 10, 15, 20 years after initiation, they become slack in their enthusiasm because they feel there is no my problem. Life remains more or less same only. What's the thing? Because they have not been hearing attentively and chanting attentively, clearly pronouncing. That is not happening. So enthusiasm cannot increase. It will decrease. It will wane. It will be a problem. So they just pull on because otherwise they will lose their reputation of being an initiated devotee and not following the principle, not chanting 16 rounds. So just pull on, somehow they finish off. There is no test in chanting the holy name. And those who are other category, extreme, they say, what is this? I'm leaving. They get into sinful life also. Only those who continue hearing from Guru with all Pranipat Parikrishna Seva, their enthusiasm will be on increase for sure. They will be Pratipadam Purnamruta Aswadam. Every step they will experience full experience of bliss, ocean of bliss. No problem. That way all be released. Provided you are not going to again commit sinful activity. See, unknowingly it might have been committed, in knowledge also because of impelled by lusty desire. But one regrets for it. In the fire of repentance, all the sinful reactions, everything is burnt in one sense. Indra is not able to come to that level. Don't worry about that. Brahaspati will see what Indra should do and not. We are not gurus of Indra. Yeah. Hmm. He should have asked his guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena. For knowing this science, one should approach a self-realized spiritual master. Killed. So he should have found out. But they're so they are not so senior. They should have approached somebody senior. After that Indra Govardhan Puja and all that, he had to approach Kamdhenu, Surabhi. Take shelter. Somewhere he should have gone to some devotee. When we don't approach devotees, then recently, who was that? Somebody sent me email in that it was written that in one of his lectures, maybe many more lectures, may I don't know, but at least one. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj said that a loving exchanges between devotees, dadati pratigranati guhyamakyati pruchati bhunte bhojate chaiva shadvatam priti lakshanam. Of this, the topmost is guhyamakyati pruchati. One should reveal one's heart to senior devotees, and that life will be such that there will be troubles, there will be confusions, there will be like what you call crossroads. Should I do this or should or this thing only, do or not do, to do or not to do? So much confusion Arjun also went through. So we should approach senior devotee and ask him, what should I do? So these people were not the appropriate ones, but this is all Krishna's pastime. All this, they were like, don't have to worry. What he should have done, what I should do in such situations. I should approach my spiritual master, some senior devotees. Prabhupada in the 19th chapter of Madhya Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita says that even if all the ISKCON devotees within ISKCON, we find there is no one who can guide me properly. Mhm. You find no one fit. Then one should directly communicate with spiritual master and get guidance and execute that. That can happen also. And what is that Guru? In one sense, Prabhupada's books only. The whole ISKCON can become corrupt and whole ISKCON can collapse. But the pure knowledge should go on. That's why Prabhupada has kept BBT separately. Even if ISKCON becomes bankrupt or whatever happens, BBT will keep printing books. Money is not there, they will print in a very crude form, very simple. Maybe to the extent that they may have to write down on a paper with hand because there is no money for printing. Just like in olden days, there were no scribes were there, something. But the same knowledge, same books will be there. And somebody is such a very nice knowledge. I should preach, and he'll preach, and there will be bhakti spreading. ISKCON may not be there. So much Prabhupada was very far-sighted. Because Kali Yuga, corruption is possible anywhere. But it is our duty not to get become corrupt. Hmm. Hmm. They went to their abodes, living under our law. Enemy is killed, and this fellow is now in trouble. There's no mention like that. Hmm. There's no mention. Leader's responsibility. In the Ramchandra Khan story, it is there. It is mentioned something like because when Haridas Thakur he tried to assassinate his character by sending low class prostitute, all that, but he did not fall. Rather, he initiated her into Vaishnavi. Then after some time, Nityambru came to Benapol district, and he came right in the Durga Mandap courtyard of this fellow. When he came to know that Nityambru has come with many of his followers, he sent a servant saying that oh, Nityam Prabhu, you are here with a large following. This is not, this is very small place, but in some ordinary Grahastha's house, there is a big Goshala over there. In a space, please, you can proceed there with your followers. So Nityam Prabhu became very angry. Said, yeah, this place is not fit for me at all. This place is only fit for a low class Yavana to come, kill a cow, cook the flesh of the cow, and eat the cow flesh here. And Nityanprabhu left with all his followers. In fact, he left Benapol only. Completely, he left that place. Then after some time, then when he left, this fellow told his servant, go and dig that earth and clean it up very nicely with gobar and gomutra. Because where Nityanprabhu sat, that place is contaminated. What a nonsense this fellow. And after that, very soon, the Yavana of that place became very angry on this tax collector, Ramchandra Khan. Came there, stayed there only. He cut a cow over there and cooked the made go flesh and eat all with all his Yavana followers. He arrested Ramchandra Khan, his wife, his children, beat them and looted the whole property of the whole village became what you call completely lost. So there it is said like that, that one top leader, if one is wrong and others assist him, then everybody suffers. But here there is no mention of that. In their heart they must have experienced something. Some this thing. Just like it is said, if the disciples commit sinful activities, the spiritual master experiences bad dreams. Recently, I heard some disciples of Guru were telling that spiritual master directly in initiation said, "So I'm suffering like this since many of the disciples are not following. So I please request you, please follow the regulative principles like that." Mhm. But in sequence, does it fit? Acha, okay, earlier. So that's how then when Indra is deposted. Hmm. Okay. So they suffered also, it seems, grossly. Yeah. I don't know what they thought, but even if they knew him to be pure devotee, lust is such avruttam jnanam etena. It covers your knowledge. It's very powerful. The pure devotees will not be covered by lust. No question. For that matter, lust personified came in the form of Lakshira and proposed, "Oh Haridas, you are so young, beautiful. Let us have enjoyment, union." He was not distracted. Forget her. Ultimately, Maya Devi only came in full year. Maya Devi is like millions of prostitutes put together and still far superior. But he was not. Nirvikar Haridas Gambhira Ashay. He was undisturbed without any change. Gambhira Ashay, because his purpose was very deep. Mahaprabhu's mission. I have come here to uh, propagate that Harinam. So he was undisturbed. Hmm. Hmm. And that so much deep, I don't think Bhagavatam speaks in those terms. When, for that matter, when Ambarish Maharaj was offended by Durvasa, what are the words? Is there word aparad there anywhere? No. So in material life there is sin. In spiritual life, in the like organization, so it becomes aparad. So it is aparad also, but the language is not like that, especially in the Vedic literature. But in the literatures, in pursuance of the Vedic literature, the language is aparad directly, like Chaitanya Charitamrita. That Hathi Mata. Jadi Vaishnava अपराध उठे हाथी माता उपाड़ेवा छिंदितार सुखे जाए पाता. So there the word aparad comes. Similarly, Mahad Aparadhat, when the Ramchandra Puri offended Madhvendra Puri and all. So there also. Otherwise, in the Vedic literature, uh, especially in the pastime and all, I don't think, at least I don't remember. But still, word aparad, does it come? That is the chapter name given by Prabhupada. I am talking in slokas, whether the word aparad is used. Okay, research it and find out. Any, you had one more? Hmm? It has to be what do you call approved by Guru Sadhu Shastra. You have to read thoroughly Guru Sadhu Shastra, all that. And then that will lead to humility. You will get vidya from there. That will lead to humility, and by dint of that humility, you won't be able to see any fault in your superiors. Yeah, no problem. So when you derive, then you'll understand that I should not offend them, but I should pray for them, not blame them, scold them, chastise them, or offend them. I should pray for them. Hmm. But then Prabhupada does not recommend blaspheming devotees who are practicing sincerely. That too in a leadership role and all that. Mhm. Yes, in one sense. Certainly, the philosophical aspect remains. There has to be a living guru, which they don't agree for. So then Krishna will deal with them. Why should we worry? We should see whether I am chanting 16 rounds, 27,648 holy names are being pronounced perfectly. Hmm. We should pay obeisances to them. It's a dasosmi and go away from there. No problem. So preach them pure, whatever Prabhupada has taught, just as it is. Don't teach them how to offend them, and they are wrong only. We are only correct. That is all. Okay. That is one kind of ahankar. Mm. I can never be wrong. But Vaishnavas are always conducted by humility. And tell the person, if he says, but they are saying like this, you are saying, you can say, you read Prabhupada books and you know for yourself. You're an intelligent person. You decide. If you wish to go there, you may go there. If you wish to come here, in one sense, there is no difference, but then little thing is there. And Krishna will correct the situation, just a matter of 1 to 1,000 years, max. Max. 10,000 years are there, no? 9,500 years. Less than that, I'm just telling you maximum. When you would not be here, I would not be here, and they would not be here. Bangalore would be here, and all the temples would be here, and they will be all ISKCON temples. People will know. Don't worry. We should not say like that. Shri Indra Vacha. He is dedicated to Krishna. Even in the Prutu episode also, Lord Vishnu did not kill him or something. Or for that, he was about to kill in one sense all the Vrajavasis who are so dear, their heart of Lord Krishna. And he was bent upon killing them all, including the cows, Gohatya. He was going to become Gohatyara. But Krishna did not kill him. Krishna only chastised him and said, now, without free from envy, free from pride, now do your service. So Krishna is benevolent to him, merciful to him. So who are we to blame him and all that? Krishna will see, na? It's Krishna's kingdom, and he is one of the subordinates of Krishna. Yes, but then they should see that other devotees are not affected because of his wrong deeds. That part the leader has to take care. Then otherwise it becomes a pakshapat, partiality, and then they will get reaction for it. The leaders will get reaction. They will be chastised by Krishna, punished by Krishna. Because of his earlier good deeds and contributions, he can be forgiven. But the wrong he did, or at least it should be made sure he doesn't continue with the wrong activities, troubling others. That is the leader's responsibility. Hmm. At least acharyas have not commented so far. Where Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Ghana Karmano Gati, is the highest understanding. We cannot understand. There may be many more things which we don't know. So, at least for me, it is difficult to comment without knowing some acharya's commentary, which we have not come across. Mm. For that, what happens now? One has to be completely detached inside. And just because anashrita karma phalam karyam karma karotiya. Sasannyasi cha yogi cha na niragni na chakriya. He should not be attached to the fruits of his action. Anashrita karma phalam. Karyam, he just does it as he's obliged to do. But here that is not the case with Indra. He has his ulterior motive. I'll have to see what is the commentary of Acharyas about that. If he's completely detached and then he just does as per the higher order, then he will not get reaction. So that's what I will have to see what exactly it says. I have not read that commentary and all that. Any other responsible post position like that? By just coming in ISKCON only, your leader. Jare dekho dare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. You are made the preacher, guru also. Amar aage guru hai. You have to become guru only. So you cannot avoid all that. Why not take in a humble role, isn't it? And continue hearing from great souls. Even if you don't take post and position, anything you do, you clean the vessels in the backup. You'll see, Prabhu, you have to apply tilak, don't go. I have washed this vessel, look into this vessel and apply tilak. When I wash pots, a sparkling clean. You can be proud of anything. A beggar is proud of his begging bowl. Yes. And we are to ISKCON devotees, so all the more reasons for pride. So it is not that just because of occupying post and position you become proud. No, not at all. It depends on the attitude inside. Attitude of gratitude is there. My guru has done so many things and he wants to deliver the whole world and he wants me to play a role by taking some leading role. Fine. In fact, he's making me the servant of so many devotees who will be apparently under me, but they will be above me. I have to serve them all and please them. Guru Maharaj is not able to be here. So for that reason, he wants to serve them all. He is not physically able to hear. So he is telling me it's a big responsibility, serving them all, becoming their servant. I don't have so much capacity, but because he has given me instruction, order, with the instruction comes empowerment. I will be able to at least serve in a mediocre way or in a better way. And I'll keep hearing from him to know how to serve in a better and better way. And by his blessing, it will be possible that I please all these Vaishnavas. That way, the post and position is taken in the attitude of being servitude, attitude of gratitude towards Guru inside, and attitude of servitude towards Guru as well as the devotees under whom one has been kept as so-called leader, but it's a servant leader basically. And by that one will make unlimitedly more progress than just saying no, 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 I cannot take this. It's very dangerous. No, not like that. It's like gulab jamun. You take and it can give you a lot of strength. But you know, I will take 10,000 gulab jamun. Then you will die only. So one has to just take in a proper way. Fear is not good. That means ignorance is there in the disciple. When he's fearful to take the instruction of the. And the other side is the pride. Ah, now I am the leader of so many, all these servants, and I am the leader. So he's in passion. One has to be in the mode of goodness, out of gratitude. Goodness, the gratitude dawns from the mode of goodness. My spiritual master has done so much, and he wants unlimitedly more, but the whole world he has to go around. So this place he wants me to be servant. I'm not fit to be servant of so many. I am servant of my own mind and senses. How can I serve so many Vaishnavas? But okay, he wants, I will try. By his empowerment, by his instruction, empowerment will come. In a humble way, one accepts that. And then there are so many resources then. Once you are the leader, you have money with you, you have vehicles with you have people with you have so many resources with you. You can serve 10 times more, 100 times more, 1,000 times more if you are in humble mood. So much, isn't it? If you are manager, you have all. I mean, I was manager in Radha Kunjaveri temple. The keys of all the vehicles. In those years, we did not have a driver. I only would have all the keys of all the everything, money, everything. So many things, isn't it? When I was the personal secretary for Radheshambhuru, the key of president's box, all the complaints, it was with me. And then I would only open every morning and I would read it and brief it to Radheshambhuru. Here is a complaint, this. And then he would say, okay, go tell Ramanand Prabhu, okay, tell Murari Prabhu, tell this kitchen in charge, like this. I had directly, I would go to DT backup and then take Mahaprasad through Pujari and I would fill it in his box. So much power was there. I was servant, but so much power was there, and it was properly utilized. Devotees would come to me, bro, can I clean Radhesham's room? I said, yeah, please come, like that. So they were so happy, thank you, bro, like that. And then I would give them Mahaprasad also. So all that power was properly used, but not misused. Not I thought, I'm the great this thing. No, servant only. So many devotees gave blessings through that service. Lot of things could happen. Service has to be taken. We are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So with every minute, hour, day, month passing by, our services have to increase. We have to take all the roles. Even if you take a big role, like I told many times, why only one garland? That day they gave me 3 garlands in our this thing. I said, no, not 3 garlands. I should have 300 garlands or 3,000 garlands. Why? Because it is the glorification of Prabhupada. Because I'm repeating Prabhupada, that's why I'm getting garland. If I'm not repeating, then I'm a nonsense. Nobody will give me one chappal garland also. Because somebody has to sacrifice his chappal. Somebody else has to put the, not needle, it's a very, that iron one. It's a very heavy job. Have you stitched? Have you made a garland of chappal? It's very heavy duty. So who will do that? Hmm. People say, he's so worthless. Don't even have time to spare our chappal and make chappal garland. So I'm happy. And why only address 200 people, 2,000 people? I want to address 20,000, 2 lakhs, 2 crore. That is there na Woodland Festival. I want to go there. 30 feet high stage is there, I heard, in Woodland Festival. If somebody falls while dancing over there, he may die also. Very high. And in front there are 4 lakhs boys and girls. Unfortunately, many are naked, half naked. And His Holiness Indradomya Swami Maharaj goes. I also have desire to address lakhs of people simultaneously. Because the glorification of Prabhupada. I'm happy. And similarly, garlands also 3,000. I don't mind if I get 300 garlands. Only thing my neck will bend, and I don't know whether I'll be able to speak, give lecture, and lead kirtan. Maybe we'll remove and offer to others some. What's the problem? We have to serve in all different ways. We have to always remember I am not powerful, I am empowered. It's the Guru's grace, Guru's power. He has empowered me. I have power, undoubtedly true. But it's Guru's power, Parampara's power, Prabhupada's power, Acharya's power, Krishna's power, and I have a fraction of it, which people see it as a big, huge power. It's not full power because I'm not fully humble. So some power is come, has been given. If I become fully humble, then all power will be given. More power than what Krishna also exhibits, I will be able to exhibit that power, isn't it? By His grace. A devotee of the Lord is more powerful than the Lord by the grace of the Lord, by the mercy of the Lord. So one should not. That fear is ignorance, and that audacity. I am such a powerful and competent leader. That's why I have been made as whatever this post leader, whatever. That is foolishness. That is passion. Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. One should not be in passion. One should not be in ignorance. One should be in the mode of goodness at least. Grateful. So, okay, let me reciprocate. Is that okay? Okay. We'll end. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी, हरि हरि बोल. So in 11:30 class